What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. I am Ken or Kendra, whichever one you prefer to call me. Really quick, we finna have a quick girls talk. We're gonna just call these talks casual conversations. Yes, I'm in the car because you know I live with people. My kids are in the car, so I need to get somewhat quiet. So yeah, we just having a little casual conversation. Never think that I'm lecturing you guys or beating up on y'all head, because when I'm talking to you, before I even come to talk to y'all, I have to receive it and internalize it first, because whatever words you get, it's always meant for you before you can give it to somebody else. So I had to eat it up, chew it, and digest it before I can give it to you guys. So we just having a little casual conversation, a little girl talk. So let's talk about it. Before you can even work on whatever you feel like that you're supposed to be doing, before you can even walk into your purpose, before you can even begin to think about walking into your purpose to make it to the place that you know that you're supposed to be. Hold on, you guys. Before you can do any of that, before you can get to the place to even begin to do any of that or think about what it is, this will also better help you to understand what it is. What is your purpose? You must know who you are. You must become. You must become. You have to become it. You have to become into that person that you were meant to be, because this world literally will trick you into believing that you are something that you're really not. Because we live in a society, because in this day and time, social media is such a big influence on our lives, and especially in my generation and the generation that's coming up after me. We are strongly influenced by social media, strongly influenced by designer things, strongly influenced by having the finer things, the big houses, the fancy cars, the foreign cars. We are strongly influenced by that. The enemy will use that to make you believe that that's what you need to do first before you actually become. He will make you feel like that you need to go and work, do that thing before you become, just so you can find your identity. You can identify yourself in that thing. You can identify yourself in whatever you're doing. You would begin to identify yourself in whatever you possess, when that is a no-no. That is like going in the door backwards, like literally. You will never get to the place that you were truly meant to get to if you don't know yourself first. I had to become who I am now to even be able to sit on this camera, and I never thought in a million years that I'd be able to. Yes, I was doing vlogs and stuff on YouTube, but it was easy to just show my life and to show things that everybody else was already doing, you know, as being young, opposed to me speaking something that's a part of my purpose, speaking something that's a lot of people talk against, a lot of people don't even want to listen to, a lot of people don't even want to accept. But in order for me to not care and not to even worry about what the enemy or what this world has to say, or what the enemy is fixing up and bring up to try to throw my way, I had to first become who I was before me getting on the camera, before me opening my mouth. So that when I begin to walk in my purpose, it's nothing that he can present to me. He presents the stuff and make it look so good. His presentation be on point. He presents it and make it look so good and make you feel like that's what you need to be doing first before you become. Because if you lack the knowledge of who you are, then you will fall for anything. If you lack the knowledge of who you are, if you lack the knowing of who you really are, you will fall for literally anything. And before you can even begin to know who you are, because I'm very unapologetic about who I serve, and me loving God, I give all honor to him, because I would never have made it to the point to where I know who I am if it wasn't for him. The only true way I know to figure out who you are and become and walk into that person that you were meant to be is by allowing him to take over and show you who he really are. You have to know that you 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 know who you serve. I know him. I know he's great. I know he's a miracle worker. I know he's the only living true God. I know this. I know he's my savior. I know that he loves me. I know he put breath in my body. I know he's my peace. It's where my peace come from. It's where my joy come from. I know this. It's a difference between knowing and believing. It's a difference between knowing and having hope. I didn't say believe. I didn't say have hope in him. Those things are great, but when you know, it's like an unshakable platform, an unshakable platform that you're standing on. I know this, and can't nobody tell me otherwise. It's nothing nobody can tell me, nothing nobody can present to me, nothing nobody can do, because I'm only talking to y'all because of the breath that he puts in my body. This is something that I know. Once I have learned to know who he is for me, for myself, then he began to show me who I really was. I had became open to him and allowed him to show me who I really was. And once he allowed me to walk into who Kendra really was, everything that I experienced in my past, all past hurt, all past failures, all past pain that I experienced as a little bitty girl up until now, that has tried to keep me mute mouth, y'all. I was the yes man. I had the hardest time taking up for myself. I used to go along with things even when I didn't even want to, because I just was so fearful of opening my mouth. Everything that I've been through as a little girl is what initially started me living in this bubble and just going with the flow of what everybody else wanted, opposed to what I knew that was right. My identity was stripped away from me at a very young age, and the enemy thought he had a greater plan, but it all was to work out for my good. It all worked out for my good, and it's still working itself out. But once I had walked into who I was, to who I am, to who I'm really meant to be, and I figured out who I was before I even started doing. So now that I'm doing, now that I'm talking, I'm opening my mouth, and that's how I know this is something that's attached to my purpose. Me just opening my mouth and speaking about the goodness of God, and speaking and showing my life, and motivating people and encouraging people. This is how I know this is a part of my purpose, because this is something that the enemy has been trying to attack me with for as long as I can remember. But once I figured out who I was, and he have allowed me to see where I'm, a little snippets of where I'm going, it's literally nothing the enemy or this world can present to me. I don't care how good it look, and make me automatically believe in it. I can peep it and smell it from afar, because I know who I am. I'm not easily shakeable, because I know who I am. You must become first before you can even begin to even walk into that thing, because you will begin to identify yourself as that thing that you're doing, or that thing that you possess. That will become your identity, and that's the enemy's plan. If he can prevent you from finding out who you are, you can never truly fully walk into your purpose. And that means the life that's attached to your life, and whatever your purpose is, or however you meant to help and do good into this world, it won't happen. And so my only advice for this video, my only point of coming on here, is to backtrack from everything that I was speaking before. And yes, all that stuff is true, but before you can walk in your purpose, before you can just do it, before you can work it out, you need to figure out who you is. You have to know who he is, and you have to become. You must become. It's so important. You must become, because you'll begin to identify yourself, and the things that you do, the people that you sit next to, the people that you in a room with, the people that you feel like is up here, you'll begin to identify yourself as being this, as being what you're doing, or who you're around, or what you obtain. Like, girl, bye. You can be rich and broke at the same time. Literally, you can have all the money in the world, all the Birkin bags in the world, but you can lack the identity of yourself. And if you don't know who you are, then you are in trouble. That means you will fall for anything if you don't know who you are. Anything that looks good to your physical eye, you will fall for, and wonder why you keep finding yourself hurt and unhappy, and dealing with being emotionally unstable, and never being able to really find true peace, and you using things that's around you and people that's around you to help you smile or find joy in it, when your joy should come from within. You have to know yourself. That's it. That's all. I got some stuff going on in the works to help you guys. I'm not gonna speak on it as of yet right now. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer before I even speak on it, just so I can get some more things up in the work and get it more organized and situated before I even present it to you guys, so it can be super close to the launch date. But just be on the lookout. Do not miss no video, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe. Before you guys leave off this video, tell me 2 things down below that you are working on your spiritual journey, your self-love journey, whatever you want to call this journey, to help you become that person that you know that you are always meant to be. And tell me, how are you doing it? What is the steps you're taking to get rid of those things, to change those things, so that you can become, because you never know who else is going through the same thing you're going through, and who else got that same thing on their list and needs your help. They just don't know how to do it, how to get it done. So yeah, my baby at the window. I need to go. I will talk to you guys later. I love you guys as if I know you, even the ones that I know of or know a little bit about. I love y'all. I love y'all endlessly. And I will talk to you guys later in the next video.